Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as the mighty Portuguese Empire. We are expanding fast and rapidly, and we are currently struggling a bit with some rebels. So before anybody gets slightly annoyed and points it out, I did get rid of the Cutian culture here because we don't actually have any state cores of it. I think we have one province of it maybe left. So I've gotten rid of that and switched it over to Somali, so that should reduce some of the problems there. We are currently squashing a lot of rebels that we picked up from fighting revolutionary Spain and taking all of North Africa. So this is going to take a while to subdue them all. Hopefully the rebellions are not horrendously awful, but I have a feeling they will be. So that's why we're on a separate episode now. Can we do counting houses? Oh, we can do counting houses. We don't want subjects though. So we finally managed to get the Enlightenment. So we don't have to worry about tech as much anymore, or at least institutions. And so it's merely a matter of catching up in tech, which is going to be delayed due to this rebellion. But then once that's all done and we've caught up a bit in tech, we can actually start moving after France, who is probably our next war target. We are also starting to colonize the interior of Africa, because it's about time to start doing that. And there's rebels in the Philippines. And Indonesia in general, but the Philippines are the main focus of the rebels at the moment. Yeah. So I don't know actually where we're going to end up seeing tons of rebels, but they're currently fighting each other, which is nice and kind of funny, but very useful for me. Yeah. So many things to keep track of right now. Okay, let's take out that army, then march to there. You take out that army. That should subdue all the rebels I see in Europe. Okay, we're subduing that. We got 3 rebel groups there to take out. Oops. I'm hoping we don't see rebellions in Japan again, but we might. We've subdued Japan twice now, 3 times. We're getting really good at doing it. Okay, and that'll be reoccupied by the fort. We're reoccupying that province. Okay, I think we're doing reasonably okay. At least we're not having the manpower disaster issues we were having earlier. Okay, overextension is falling. It's going to be a while though. Year or so. Speaking of which, we can attack the US pretty soon. I don't know if we're going to attack the US as soon as we can or wait until we've subdued all these rebels. Probably wait till we subdue all the rebels. Just offhand. Sweden lost the royal marriage with them. Speaking of which, we still have a terrible regent on the throne, so we're having a slight difficulty when it comes to getting monarch points at the moment. 3 years though, and then we have a good heir on the good ruler on the throne. Okay, those guys have dodged away. Oh, where did you take control? Oh, okay, they've moved. I think it's probably squashing the Sunni zealots might be worth more at this point. We can convert them back if they were forcibly converted. We do have enough conversion strength, but it's still annoying. Okay, that's all reasonably good. Let's snag this province before England decides it needs to colonize it. That has been squashed. Europe is safe. We've got animus zealots, which I'm not too surprised about. I'll leave one. Oh, it looks like my colonial nation army that was still there defeated the other group of rebels. Good for them. Cuba and Labrador work for me, so okay. I don't know what's the why I just got reasons for war versus them. I think we've subdued the rebels for the moment. Obviously, there'll still be some more revolts, but I think we've pretty much squashed all the rebel armies. And it's just really a matter of reoccupying lands. Oh, we got an excellent minister. That is convenient. Free monarch points. We're going to use him, of course, immediately. Maltese separatists. Huh. Not worried about that. And of course, we've been pulled into a war by Great Britain. Okay, let's check the important things. Are the Ottomans on the other side versus Great Britain? Does not appear to be. So we will join the war to help. Hopefully the Ottomans do not join. That would be annoying. And also a disaster to our alliance network. Okay, that should reoccupy all the provinces in the Philippines. And we need 58 more monarch points. Speaking of which, I think we can promote our military commander 1 level. The only part of the world we really don't know any about is northern Canada, northern Russia, and one random spot in the middle of Russia. The rest of the world we have discovered. We can now attack the US. How are we doing? We've still got a ways to go. We're going to wait till June of next year, at least. Danzig is now Papal Controller. I guess that's okay. Lots of separatists. Lots of potential rebels. You back to there, you back to there. Dutch separatists have risen up. Easy victory there. We're already accidentally taking those guys out. Brittany has apparently bought land abroad. And we can core that. Good. Okay, I think we managed to subdue everything. For the moment. However, so long as we have increased rebel sentiment, we're almost always going to be facing more revolts. Let's look at how religion looks in the New World. It looks like a mess, doesn't it? That's not so good. Not so good at all. Speaking of which, we've also colonized this area too. So if we want to, we could invade Songhai. But they are allied to the Ottomans, so I don't think that's a good idea. No point in losing my allies. Not unless we're going to turn on them, which we're not. Not for the time being, at least. Nyan separatists. Delightful. And separatists there. Okay. Animist and Maltese. I think I can probably repress the Maltese one easily. No, I might as well just let them revolt. No reason to feel the need to protect them. Yep, there they go. Desperately trying to regain their freedom. Victory there, Cuban peasants. Not my problem. I think that's the rebels squashed. And that should hopefully be below 100% overextension now. Nope, right on the edge. June though. US just declared war on Louisiana. Okay. We're back in business. Let's beat these guys. Imperialism. Go forth, my armies. You might be fighting my nation on its own, but you're also going to be fighting all my other nations. I don't entirely know how I'm going to beat the US, to be honest. Well, Mexico should do a lot of damage. Oof. Ottomans want me to help against Russia. Ottoman-Russian imperialist war. Oh, that's rather one-sided considering how strong the Ottomans are, but Persia's no slouch. Wow. I didn't realize how large Persia is. The Ottomans might lose without my help. Of course, if anyone thinks I'm going to send the Ottomans help, you're kidding. We're going to leave them to die as fast as possible. I don't particularly feel a great attachment towards my Ottoman and allies. No, I'll leave it right there. I think 49,000 should be reasonably safe. Plus the US are going to get overwhelmed there, I hope. It's a little bit annoying, the free declaring of war against me, but I guess it makes sense. US has a lot of troops, really. 93,000, at least. However, these rebels are going away reasonably quickly, which is what we want. Safe subduing of our realm. And of course, double checking that we actually have good forts. There we go. And apparently we need a new advisor, though. Yeah, we're not going to go for anything to boost conversion speed anymore, because we've got plenty. We will take free stability, though. I should not have to do anything for the US to fall, but I may have to. I sure hope I don't. I sure hope I don't. Go forth, my colonial legions. Bring me victory. We really do need to catch up in military tech a bit. I think everybody else is... yeah, they've got better infantry now. However, here comes the wave of South American troops to my colonial nation's rescue. We may not be able to kick the U.S. out of... we may be able to kick them out of Louisiana. We may not be able to take the 13 colonies. They may just be a little too large. The Ottomans are beating Russia. Is Russia in a different war too? No. The Ottomans just have better troops. I'm quite literally not going to do anything unless I have to here, so... One of my generals died. Let's replace him. How are we with professionalism? 10. Not great, but not terrible. There we are. The US is starting to be beaten back. Look at that. They're like 6th in the world. Yeah, 6th in the world in military strength. That's horrifying. I'm curious, are they considered a lucky nation? No, not at this point. I only have 1 fort though. But they are clobbering my colonial armies. Although Portuguese Louisiana is putting up something of a fight. I may actually have to get involved in that war. Looking at it. Let's send over 80,000 troops almost. That should be enough. Okay, the British have expanded. Probably call the British to arms. Ah, distant war. Okay. We're just gonna, I think I'm gonna drop my troops right at the American capital and take it over. Not like it's protected. Pretty dumb of them, but if they have enough heavy ships to beat my navy, they deserve to win this war, but they don't, so. And there is both a new ruler and a new heir to the throne, both of whom I'm happy with. Plus ship durability. Awesome. No. We're going to be dogmatic. We're not going to try and synchronize with an animist faith. When do we get into the right group? 2 tech levels to ID group. Okay. Okay, the US are starting to want peace. But I don't particularly care. I don't know how I'm supposed to... I don't really know how I'm supposed to weaken the US here. We're going to do this Liberty Desire from Subject Development, which should mean all my... Yeah, they're essentially nothing, which means we can repeal Colonial Restrictions Act. And they should still remain reasonably loyal. Yeah. Another colony done. My fleet has arrived. And with it, the downfall of the United States. Again. We're not doing too well about beating them our way. Not particularly well, at least. I knew they were going to attack my colonial nation. I just hoped they wouldn't. It was a useless hope, but hope nonetheless. The key is I've got to not end this war before they peace out against Louisiana. Otherwise, they'll just overrun Louisiana after this war is over. The other option is I start giving the land here to Louisiana rather than trying to form a new colonial nation. I don't really know how that would work, though. Louisiana can support 46,000 regiments. That's about it. Oh, we actually lost the siege of Ormuz. Don't think I can force the US to release countries either. Oh, I could. I could force them to release that many. Might work. I really need to take out the Abenaki, though. Yeah, we'll let our ruler have his heart's desire. We already have an heir. I think it's his younger brother. Yeah. Probably. Really wish there was a family tree so you know what your heir was to your ruler. Like brother, sister, child born at the age of like 15 or something. It would be nice to know. Uncle, nephew, niece. We don't really know. It's confusing. I'll try and get rid of some of the crazy level of religious border gore as well if I can, but it might take a while. Abenaki. Let's go take them out. Portuguese Louisiana is winning this war. Now that we've smashed the US armies. Kind of. More like they've run away to join Canada, or run away to invade Labrador. I guess that doesn't help much then. Maybe if I force them to pay war reparations on top of everything else, I can delay the US's rise to power again. I don't know. They have some ridiculous morale. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to pass that this edict to help balance it a bit. We're still gonna lose, but it'll be a little bit closer. The American military actually beat me in a fight there. Kind of stuck in a bad position. I don't really know what I can take safely here. Yeah. That ought to be a good enough defensive army, I think. Of course, the annoying part is because they wiped out the colonial nation. The colonial nation does not have cores there. However, it was just a matter of taking time till the US starts to collapse a bit. Good stability though, wow. They are very stable. Nobody was going to go help that fight. Great. Why is it the AI always manage to reinforce well when you're fighting them, but they never seem to reinforce well when they're trying to fight for you? They also have better troops, which is also why they're winning. So I'm not too surprised I'm losing some of these fights. They have a better infantry tech, better units. So I wouldn't be too surprised that I'm losing some of these rounds. In fact, I believe my colonial nations, yeah, have better troops than I do. It's the unfortunate reality of the fact that Miltech 6 is huge and really, really powerful. I need to actually beat their military, otherwise they're just going to kill Louisiana. How frustrating. Okay, we have manufacturing. Let's just mass produce even more. And then do colonial nations. Okay. Lots of building. More conversion being done. Game is lagging a bit with all the different commands it's trying to run. That's pretty normal. We're hitting the really starting to hit the late game, so it makes a lot of sense. I'm just really waiting till I can get the Abenaki fort here, and then I could probably force them out of this war. Then sit back and let my colonial nations eventually crush the United States. So, the United States is still got 100,000 troops. Oh, another colony done. We're close to being able to get that, aren't we? We're close to almost being continuously stable as emperor. That army's going to commit suicide if it goes there. The US military. We'll see. 7% versus 78%. Who will win that? The US is so stable. Oh boy. Okay. We have gotten control of the Abenaki capital. They will not give up much land. Nor can I take too much. You can take that much though. Well, at least that will help stabilizing that stuff. To be honest, I probably could have enforced peace against the United States rather than starting my own war. Okay, how do we want to deal with the United States? I don't honestly know how I should deal with the United States. I'm not really seeing a scenario in which I could force them to concede Louisiana, which is a handful of territories. Force them to revoke those cores. And then the risk is just taking provinces. Doesn't really weaken the US that much. Whereas releasing some of these would at least slow them down a bit. I could do that. But then they're still going to clobber Portuguese Louisiana. Oh, I can't leave yet. Okay, well, I'm going to end this war here, and I don't know, maybe try and... I don't know. Does any of you guys actually know how I should do this to beat the United States? Because if I take more than 5 provinces, the US is going to just be able to come back and crush my colonial nation before my peace treaty expires with them. On the other hand, if I stop the war now, they're going to beat Louisiana. I don't really know what to do. So if you guys have any strategy of what I should do to actually break and beat the United States here permanently, please let me know. And I'll see you guys all next time, hopefully with a viable strategy on what to do. Bye for now.